Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. It probably felt like forever for me to say something, but it wasn't but a second. I hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all. Operating in all our faculties, functioning in the highest frequency of your innermost divine essence. It feel good to feel good, and you don't need no reason at all. I was led to pull a card today, and in the process, shadow card came up. What I found interesting about the shadow card is that it was number 18. And a couple of days ago, I pulled Suffering in Silence, and it was number 9. And one thing I remember about the number 9, or that I know about the number 9, to be exact, is that the number 9 signifies completion. Previously, the card was Suffering in Silence. Today, it's shadow. So that let me know it's shadow work going on in the collective. I'm gonna read the message from the card. This card represents emotion, sensitivity, and a reminder that nothing in life is at a standstill. This is a world of constant flux, and one thing is certain: everything changes. This card is calling you to action. The time is now when you may have to face your worst fears and look into the dark shadows of your soul. You must learn to confront. You must learn to confront. We must learn to confront what we've avoided and walk courageously through it. Always know that life naturally revitalizes itself, and as it does, so do you. The shadow card promises that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Recognize that by no longer denying your past and letting the tears fall if needed, you'll discover the diamonds in the treasure chest of your soul. This is a cleansing process to wash away and clear out what was once avoided, ignored, or pushed aside. This card indicates that this is a time when your psychic sensitivity may be quite intense. Learn to open up to it, or if need be, to turn it down. Your body is one big psychic antenna, so just remember that you're in control of how high or low you want the reception to be. Mother Earth can assist you in this period of change, sensitivity, and healing. I don't know who that's for, but I applied a lot of it to me. I don't exclude myself from the message. That's what allows me to grow and expand. But in reflection and meditation on that card, as y'all can see that I'm sharing, I wrote some things down that I drew from it. And what you see in this shadow card, one is shadow and one is light, but they both holding the same pole. That pole, I looked at that pole as the spinal column, and I looked at both sides or both polarities of this energy or force as the Kundalini, as your angel or your devil. My question is, which one will you be? Which side are you on? Have you felt that every time you try to shine your light, something or someone tries to put it out, tries to snuff your candle? I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about energy. I'm talking about forces. I'm talking about duality or polarities, whatever you want to call it. But it's two different sparks or reflections or frequencies of the same thing. They're holding the same pole. I don't know who they're speaking to, but it's speaking to somebody because it's speaking to me. They're holding the same pole. What has it shown you about yourself? About what you have endured. Not what you've been through, but what it has got you to, where it has brought you to today. That's endurance. What have it shown you about yourself? Are you better because of it, or are you bitter? I think all of us, I feel safe to say, all of us should be better, whoever all of us may be. Because, and what I see in myself, I see in the whole. All of us should be better. And if we are, we still got work to do. Well, that's far. I hope they received it. Another thing that I wrote down from dealing with those two things was my higher self spoke to me. People will create their own darkness out of your light. So I asked myself, why is that? And myself said to myself, simply out of misunderstanding and fear. So I asked my higher self to explain that to my lower density. And what I heard was, we too fearful to simply say we don't understand when we don't understand. And therefore, we will create situations, conditions, and circumstances to make sure we do, when all we had to do was ask. I say that to say, if everybody else, no matter how unique we are, if everybody else was your higher self, how would you treat everybody else then? I'm going to say it again. If everybody else, family, was your higher self, because they are, whether we understand it or not. But what if, for those who can't see that far, give it consideration what I'm posing. If everybody else was your higher self, how would you treat everybody else then? How would you look at everybody else then? Because that's what we're doing, whether we know it or not. And like I say, everybody ain't to that place of understanding, the overstanding of what wholeness is. So I make every attempt to meet everybody who is only a reflection of myself exactly where we are. With that being said, what message is your life expressing? What life? What type of life is your light reflecting to be a message to anybody? To say, what message is your life expressing? You don't have to answer that. Because when my higher self posed it to myself, I didn't answer it at all. It just gave me something to look at. But we don't have to answer it because the vibrations that we give off speak louder than any words that we can use or say out our mouth. With that, feel good for no reason at all. Remain true and authentic. Plant seeds of life everywhere you bypass life. As we bypass through life. Peace, y'all. I love y'all, family. Salute to God.